Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in to our first race in the newly reformed ARG tier system. This is the first race of any of the tiers. This will be Tier 2 here today, and it'll be every Saturday at 9 p.m. Australian AEDT. We'll have Tier 1, 11 hours after the start of this race, every Sunday at 8 a.m. AEDT as well. If you're interested, we'll be trying to broadcast all the races this season. Probably won't be me, but we'll get it going here. We're round one here at the Australian Grand Prix around the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit. Drivers out here today for full qualifying. So we'll have 3 sessions of qualifying. First being 18 minutes. We'll eliminate the drivers down to 15. So missing a driver, we'll be eliminating the first 4. Q2, we will be running another 5 eliminated, and Q2, the people that make it into the top 10 and advance to the Q3 session, will be starting on the tires that they qualified on in the Q2 session to get through. So if you qualify on the soft tires that are 4 laps old, you're going to have to start the race on those tires. Q3, just flat out paced. We'll see who's the fastest, see who can get on pole here today.
Thanks very much, mate. Looking forward to sitting back with the Red Bull and listening.
Hey, no problem. It'll be very interesting because I am not too familiar with any of these drivers as well. Right now, we are on board with the Red Bull of Jay Coldy 65 as he goes for his hot lap here. Running through Sector 2 here. A lot of just little chicane sections throughout the entire circuit. That's the main feature of Australia. 70% road circuit, public roads used every day. And the Australian Grand Prix will actually be undergoing some changes. They'll be redoing a few of the turns. The chicane, 910 chicane, turn 910 chicane will be widened a bit to try to allow for a little bit more speed through that section in the near future, if we ever get to go back there to race in F1, as it's been canceled once again this year due to COVID concerns. But let's watch Jake Coldy. He's going to set a time, a 1:22.7, currently on pole position. Jay Kelly right behind beats it, though, with a 1:21.5.
Nice one.
Well, Vesto Rivera in the Alpha, hopping on as he finishes his first lap on track. Coming through Sector 3. Looks like it's going to be a decent enough time right here.
Gonna take notes for the Tire 1 race.
As GR Gaz has already, looks like retired from the session. Whether that was a crash that I didn't see. But GR Gaz has not set a time and has retired from the session, I would assume here. Ferrari trying to get out of his way. Alfa letting him know he's not on a hot lap here. Dirty Orange about to start a hot lap here on 1 lap old tires. The Alfa Romeo, Dirty Orange here. We'll watch him as he goes on a hot lap here. Full grid here today. This will be Tier 2. Qualifying events. We had a few race sessions a couple weeks ago to set the tiers here, and we are always looking for any new interested drivers. May not have full-time seats, but as people drop out, we will be looking for reserves as well. So if you have any interest in that, once I get this video up, I'll put the link to the Discord and all the socials in the description of this video. But dirty orange, these tires will not matter, so you can do as many laps as you need as long as you're able to get a time on the board that gets you out of the bottom 4. Well, bottom 3 now, the Gav's already retired in the McLaren. The Alpha, though, doesn't look like a very quick lap right now. Definitely struggling a little bit out there. See if we can find anybody else on the hot lap. Short Marcus has invalidated his lap already. A lot of people sitting in the pits right now. The Ferrari is going to be starting a hot lap here. Red Bull currently 5/10 down. He's going into the pits. The other Ferrari, slight contact with the wall there. Oh, and he drifts wide, and it's going to be a wreck for the Ferrari. He's crashed out. ASAD has spun it in probably the one spot you will see the most crashes today, that very quick turn 11-12 chicane. You can gain a lot of time through there, but you can also see, if you get it wrong, you can get it very wrong. That high speed, clipping the outside curb, putting the power down a bit too quickly, and losing control of his car, spinning it out to the inside. Off the racing line, thankfully. Nobody near him. Ghosting is off. So something to pay attention for. Got to watch the other cars around you. Make sure you're not hitting anybody. But Bray Train here, believe he is not... yeah, I think he's on a hot lap here, actually, yeah. We'll watch him come across and finish his hot lap here. Currently down in 14th. Still no time on the board for a lot of these drivers. Only 9 minutes remaining in Q1. Fastest time right now, Liam, with a 1:20.7. 8/10 faster than Jay Kelly. But these times mean nothing. All you need to do, get through, and you are on to Q2. Tires, you can use them again if you want in Q2, but highly not recommended. As we talked before, those would be the tires you would start the race on. Only one driver trying to set laps on the medium tire. That was Short Marcus, as we saw. He just pit onto the soft tire now. Bray Train on his hot lap now is currently almost 2/10 faster through Sector 1. It's saying purple Sector 1 as well. I'm not sure about that. He does have traffic ahead of him. Red Bull and AlphaTauri, we'll see if they notice him and are able to get out of his way here. Coming down between turns 10 and 11, you have this long, sweeping left-hander into the fast left-right that we talked about earlier. Ooh, he just about saves it. Definitely almost overrated the car, putting the power down too early there. But pretty good lap so far here from Bray Train. Coming around, he's going to have the AlphaTauri ahead of him. Definitely not ideal for him. Gets out of his way well enough. Lewis gets a little bit of overpowered on the rotation there. And coming across the line for Bray Train, will he go faster? Yes, he will. Up to P7 from P10. That should safely, I would assume, put him into Q2 with 2 drivers already retired. Hopping on board here with Blasphemy, currently in the P15 position, but yet to set a lap. Tires he currently has on, already done a lap on these. So that means he has probably invalidated a lap previously. Coming around the final turn here, trying to keep it as much power as early as possible. You give it too much power too early, you're going to drift wide, go out on the grass, and you're going to spin out to the inside. But Blasphemy in the Williams, going to P6 with a 122.5. Ghost Rider into the pits. Seabass currently on the bubble in P15, trying to set time. He goes 2 spots higher, setting a 1:23.8 here. Both the Williams currently advancing out of Q into Q2, something you definitely would not be seeing here in real life. A lot of drivers in the pits right now. Bray Train running just a bit deep onto the grass in the Haas. Hopefully not affecting his car too much. But yeah, all these drivers recently completing laps. Looks like Seabass might be trying to attempt another hot lap based on the speed he's carrying right now, but he's already 1.5 tenths down. Definitely a decent bit of time, though. You can probably find around the entire circuit here. As pole time, he is almost 3 seconds off pole. Very good time so far from Liam Yap. This is the Tier 2, so drivers that either missed the qualification events or just didn't perform well, but may earn a move up here with some of these faster times. If Tier 1 people drop out, or there are issues with aggressiveness in racing, or if we just get open seats, people can miss the races. The better you do in Tier 2, the higher your chances are to get up to Tier 1. As Seabass going in the pits, almost drifting wide into that outside wall. Definitely not something you want to do there. But as he's going into the pits here, we'll see if we can hop on board with somebody. It looks like SJ the One currently starting a, no, not starting a flying lap, finishing a flying lap. 1 lap old tires right now. Actually, P is pushing. He may be on a hot lap here. We'll hop on. We'll stay on board with the run. I'm trying to get everybody a little bit of airtime, especially these drivers that may not make it out of Q1 here. Try to see how they're doing, see where they can improve, compare themselves. Oh, and SJ1, he loses it just a touch. Manages to keep it out of the wall. I don't see a lot of wing damage. I don't see any wing damage on that front right end plate. Looks pretty clean, so may be able to go for another quick hot lap here. Vicky, I believe he is on the hot lap right now, folks, so we'll stay on board here with him, see if he can get a time on the board and see where it can get him to. Currently a 1:26.6 through Sector 1. That's very good compared to some of the times we've seen. Should be, if he can hold that pace around the entire circuit, he will easily get himself here into Q2.
Nice save, SJ.
Coming around that long, sweeping left-hander to the end of Sector 2 here. It's a 48.4, another very good sector time there from Vicky. Keeps it very well, opening the DRS through Sector 3, the slowest sector here on the circuit. Hooking it up, 2 right-handers here, then into the slowest turn on the circuit, turn 15, setting up your exit onto the front stretch through turn 16. You want to get wide enough so you can get that power down, because you will carry that speed all the way down the start-finish line here to the line for Vicky. It's P2, a 1:20.8, definitely safely through the Mercedes in 2 and 3 right now. Looking very good overall. A lot of these drivers still going out on laps here. Let's watch Ghost Rider here. He is in Sector 3 right now.
I'd be a part of this.
P13. He's going to get around the final turn. Looking like a pretty good lap so far. He's going into the pits. I didn't see an invalidation pop up, but he may have done it earlier in the lap. Short Marcus here on an invalidated lap. Trying to get around, set another lap time, but he is in P9. He should be pretty safe. Venix still has yet to set a lap time, come out of the pits here. Wondering what's going on with him. Might be some issues in the garage, trying to get a correct setup. Hopefully he can get out, get a lap done. But if not, it looks like Beso Rivera is the driver here on the bubble. Currently, though, almost 4/10 up on his fastest lap right now. Seabass is on an out lap. He may need to set another one if Beso Rivera can beat him here. Few drivers, a lot of the drivers out on the track, all of the 14th, 15th, 16th, all out on the track trying to set a faster lap. Beso Rivera coming through into the fast chicane. You can make up a lot of time. You can also, as we saw, you can lose your car very easily here. Beso Rivera does it well enough, I would say, to keep improving upon his time. 3/10 up through Sector 2. As he comes through Sector 3 here, trying to hook the apex here, drifting wide, just tipping the curb, down to second gear, getting down to first if you need a little extra rotation, but then back up. Don't want to turn in too early, but good enough, I think, from Beso. Here he comes, down to the line, and it is good enough. P14 for Beso Rivera. Hopping on board with Seabass, an invalidated lap, so he will probably only have one more lap to try to go for this. Lap is about 1 minute, 20 seconds. So as long as he has enough fuel in the car here, he will be able to get around. He is looking a little bit low on the ERS right now, though. So we'll ride on board here with Seabass as he tries to push SJ the One, who is in the pits, out of Q1. Coming down, braking about at the 100-meter board before you turn right, left, down to 5th gear through that section. Coming out, opening the DRS once again. The first detection point, setting both of those DRS. Slowing down to 3rd gear around that right-hander. And drifting wide, don't want to go over that curve. If you curve very high, you can bottom out your car very easily through there. We'll look at the sector time here. 2/10 up right now. He only needs to make up about 14 hundredths of a second. So we'll have to see if he can keep this pace up. Right now, he is on pace to get out of this Q1 session. SJ the One is in the pits and will not be able to go faster. Seabass's only attempt here. He just has to make sure he does not invalidate here. Coming through the fast chicane, when he's invalidated. He is invalidated. He took the right-hander a little too hard. And I don't think he's going to get back to the line in time. It'll be very close, but even if he does, he has no ERS. It's going to be pure engine power. The Williams does have that Mercedes engine in the back. He runs a little bit deep. He's 10 seconds. No, he's going into the pits. That's going to be it for Seabass. And SJ the One sneaks in by the skin of his teeth in the Renault. Few drivers still out on track. LD, mainly the only one. Every other driver in the pits or finished with the session. Once LD has retired from the session, we should be advancing. The only driver yet to retire, and Venix, I guess. Venix has gone out, but is not on a valid lap. Unfortunately, they were not able to get the AlphaTauri fixed in time. It's going to be a P18 start for Venix here in the AlphaTauri. But yeah, Q1 going pretty well. A couple crashes, a couple good saves. But now it'll get tighter. Q2, we'll have to see what the race strategies are here, as this will be... Oh, he goes wide. Almost crashes. He already has lost his nose, actually, in that AlphaTauri. As we wait for LD to retire from the session. And then we will be advancing to Q2. Looks like Vesa Rivera and Seabass both have a 5-place grid position penalty. So Vesa Rivera is going to really want to improve upon that time. Try to make that 5-position penalty as minimal as possible, moving as far up in the grid as you can. Seabass with a 5-place grid penalty will mean he's starting in P19, moving Gaz, Venix, and ASAD up. We'll be welcoming everybody here to Q2 of Tier 2 in the ARG Australian Grand Prix. Currently, don't appear to be getting sound. There we go. Now we have sound. And we haven't got Revis Island in the booth now here for Q2. Q1, not very exciting. A couple people not even setting lap times. A couple crash outs before they were able to set their laps. But overall, very good. Who was it? I'm trying to think of the driver's name. Still learning everybody here. But the Williams, unable to advance out. Seabass. Or not Seabass. Yeah, it was Seabass actually. Wasn't able to advance out of Q1. He was on a fast enough time, but DQ'd through the very fast turn 11 and 12 section. We also saw Ferrari over-rotating, crash out his car there. But Q2, Revis, good morning. How are you doing today?
Well, it's about 5:30 a.m. where I am, so still just getting up, but glad I could be on and broadcast this race with you. It'd be interesting to see, as I haven't really raced with a lot of these people, so
yeah,
interesting to see who will be like top driver and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was something that I was looking forward to seeing. A bunch of new faces to me, anyway. A lot of drivers in this league from Australia. It is an Australian-based league. As I said before, we race Tier 2 every Saturday at 9 p.m. AEDT. And Tier 1 races Sundays at 8 p.m. AEDT. So when you're going to sleep, you can turn us on, watch the Tier 2 race, and then wake up Sunday, 8 a.m., watch that race. Just like regular F1, kind of. Everybody's racing the F1 cars, though. No F2 cars here. Seeing some yellow flags on the circuit right now, but I'm pretty sure it's just drivers getting out of the way right now. We're currently on board with Dirty Orange here in the Alpha, trying to set his fastest time. Q1 time was a 1:20.7 from Liam, yeah. And then the two Mercedes were in second and third, last I remember seeing. So they're probably the drivers here to watch out for. Decent times, though, on the board from them.
Definitely. It looks like as of right now, according to my chart, we have about 4 drivers out on the mediums. Obviously, whatever tires you start on, whatever tires you qualify your fastest lap on in Q2 will be the tires you start the race on. So it'll be interesting to see how many people try to go for the medium strategy, as it gives you a little bit more options from where you're at. You could go medium to hard, or you can try to stretch them out, medium to softs. Softs will be a little bit tougher to manage, but obviously it'll be a little bit faster. It'll depend how fast you are in Q2 if you're able to get a fast enough time for mediums. If not, might have to go with the softs. But
yeah,
looks like we're having some times on the board right now. Looks like Short Marcus is quite decent time of 21.5.
All the drivers currently on the soft tire. Our first medium tire there is a 1:22.9 from the Red Bull of Jay Coldy. Very good lap, beating out a few of the soft runners there. And Jay Simo on the mediums, only 1:27. I would assume he had a mistake somewhere on the lap, just didn't invalidate. Maybe going for another hot lap here, but like you said, you only get one set of those mediums here for qualifying. So if you mess up a few times, you may not want to even try to start, as Revis said, on the medium tires. You will get a new set of mediums for the race, but only one for this full qualifying session. Blasphemy across the line on the soft tires, 1:39.2. So he had a mistake somewhere as well. See where Liam is here. Coming across the line on the medium tires, it's a 1:22.5 for Liam, yeah. In the yellow Renault. Revis and I will be racing in Tier 1 tomorrow in that Renault. So good performance from the Renault. Rooting for them here today.
Absolutely. It looks like Jay Simo is running another lap right now. He's about 3.5 seconds up on his time right now, as he's coming into the third sector right now. So we'll see what the second time is.
Yep, coming around, hooking that apex. You want to slow it down then. The slowest corner, this penultimate corner, getting as far left as you can here, and then swinging as late as possible so you can get that power down, get in a straight line. Very good so far. It should be good enough. It's definitely going to improve on his time. Where will it get him? Only to P7. So third fastest out of those medium tires. Both the Red Bulls. Yeah, both the Red Bulls, 6th and 7th. Not probably where they want to be on those medium tires. Liam, yeah, probably feels pretty good about where he is right now. But definitely a few drivers yet to set laps. We know that both the Mercedes went pretty fast. They are both going to be out here on the medium tires. One leaving the pit now, and one coming around on an out lap. I wonder if they're going to try to give some slipstream to each other here, or if this is just a coincidence.
Not sure if they're in the same party, but yeah, that's obviously maybe not the strongest track for slipstream, but obviously any kind of slipstream, if you get like an extra 10th, move you up maybe a couple spots here or there. So interesting choice from Mercedes. We'll see what they decide to do here. Looks like they're probably no slipstream, but it can all change pretty quickly.
Yep, we'll hop on board here with Vazdel, GFO Vazdel. And if I'm saying any of your guys' any names wrong, just let me know what the pronunciation is. The Alpha getting out of the way. He should have a Haas ahead of him, and then the only other car up the road is his other teammate, but he shouldn't be catching him. Haas gets out of the way very nicely. You almost didn't even see him. He got out of the way so well there. Coming to the end of Sector 1, it's a 127.4. So definitely not as fast as they were going in Q1, but they are on the medium tires. Medium tires probably can do about 18 or so laps here. 29 lap race is the Australian Grand Prix. Softs will get you about 12 laps. Medium's about 18. The hards will go probably around 23 laps. So the ideal strategy would go soft to medium, but it does require a bit of tire management, especially with your tires from qualifying. If you are in the top 10 starting on them, they're going to be used tires. And if there's safety cars and stuff, it may change your strategy. But what would you say, Revis? Would you be going for soft to medium or soft to hard here if you had the choice?
Obviously, I think the mediums, if I remember correctly, have quite a bit faster pace on the Delta. I think it'd kind of be play it by ear. We'll see. Obviously, if I could get like safety car or so, I would probably go soft and medium. If I don't have a safety car, obviously it depends what you're running. If you're running up front, you might not want to take the risk and maybe go for a more conservative strategy, or you can be bold. Let's say you're maybe in like the bottom 10 or trying to get into the points.
Why are they qualifying on mediums? Soft to hards is the better strategy.
But if you can get a safety car, it definitely makes the strategy a lot better, because obviously I'm not the best at managing my tires, but I know some people are, and they could definitely make it work.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a question: why are they qualifying on the medium tires here? We're just talking about that. Soft to medium or medium to soft is a strategy you can use here. A lot of people want to be on that soft tire towards the end of the race. Soft to hard is the strategy that most people will go with, but if you can manage your tires a bit and keep them in shape throughout the race, trying not to push too hard on them, you can definitely go soft to medium. As we were saying, Revis was saying earlier, the mediums have a lot more pace than the hards. Probably about 6 to 7 tenths at least on the delta between the medium and the hard tire. Probably 1.3 seconds, ideally, between the hard and the soft on the delta. So even if you're not driving full bore, full beans on the medium tire, they're still quite a bit pacier than the hard tires are.
Dirty Orange DQs his time at the last turns.
Oh man, that is terrible. Jay Kelly, though, going fastest. A 120.9 from the Haas driver.
About Jay Kelly, he raced in another one of my leagues at Monaco. He had quite good pace. I think he qualified in the top 5 or top 10, so he's another guy to look out for. He had some pretty good pace at Monaco. I think he ran into a little bit of trouble with wing damage and stuff, but during qualifying, he definitely had one of the faster cars, so it'll be interesting to see how well he performs at Australia. Obviously, much different track than Monaco, but obviously seeing its time here in Q2 it's like a very, very good time. That definitely will send him into Q3.
Any rain?
Right now, it looks like we have 2 medium runners right now. I think the rest of them probably have to switch to softs.
Yeah, Vicky is currently on a hot lap, I believe, on those medium tires. Very risky here, because if he sets his lap here, he may not be able to, probably actually, it'll be tight, but I don't think he's going to get back around to be able to get onto soft tires and go for another lap here. Currently is up on, well, he doesn't have a delta, but it looks like a decent enough time to get him into the top 10, but I don't know how far into the top 10 for the Mercedes driver. His teammate is up in 5th. The Red Bulls both out on the soft tires right now. Currently down in 8th and 9th. The Mercedes will go to finish the lap here. And where's it going to be? It's actually P3, so a very good lap from the Mercedes. As he takes his own straight way around the track there, cutting through the grass, showing off the Rolex sponsorship.
Mowing some grass.
Looks like Jay Coldy out on those soft tires, forced to try to push all the way down to P10 now. But he is a second up on his time, showing you how much more pace these soft tires have than the mediums. Through 2 sectors, already a full second up. The Renault of SJ gets out of the way very nicely there. Currently down in P14. Jay Coldy will be improving as long as he does not DSQ this lap.
No,
Yellow flags ahead of him.
Told me nothing further, sir.
We got a clear track
Cool.
ahead. So
No, and we get word from one of the drivers, no rain for the race either. So they will definitely be starting on these tires, so no risk of rain for the race. So it should be a very fun one to watch the overtaking. Both the Red Bulls do go faster, staying next to each other this entire time, just 0.3 apart on the timing screens.
Wow.
They don't want to leave each other go.
Very close indeed, but yeah, unfortunately they couldn't stay on the mediums, but sometimes it might not be worth the risk to try to stay on the mediums if it means you're going to get knocked out in Q2. So
Yeah.
obviously they didn't want to take the chance. They qualify on the sauce and make sure they get right to the next, right to Q3. So we'll see. It looks like.
And if you do think you are going to be only like P10 or P9, even if you make it to Q3, some drivers may just try to shoot for that P11. Start on a fresh set of tires, then you don't have to start out and use qualifying tires. So we'll have to see what the drivers do, because we have P11, 13, and 14 still in the pits right now. None of them out on the circuit trying to set a lap with only 2 minutes to go. As I say that, Dirty Orange leaving the pits for an out lap. Besso Rivera
fast out laps.
on an out lap as well. Having 2 minutes, they should be fine with the ideal lap times like 1 minute 30 here. Should have plenty of time to get around. This Dirty Orange is going to start a hot lap, but does not appear Blasphemy is coming out. SJ the One might be leaving the pits right now. It's going to have to be very close from him. But Vesa Rivera down in P12, he's going to have to go faster. LD currently the driver on the bubble with a 1:22.9. So Vesa Rivera needs to find 5/10 in this lap, half a second. Through the first sector, we'll see what his time is. Coming down to sector 1, he's currently almost 4/10 up on his fastest lap as he goes wide and DSQs it. He will have enough time to get to round for another lap here. He's got to make sure he has the battery and the fuel, but I don't know if he's going to get around for another lap.
It's going to be very close.
Getting out of his teammate's way, that wasn't his teammate.
He does Bray Train.
Bray Train out in 8th. Let's see if he can improve and get himself farther away from the bubble. As all the other drivers towards the bottom are currently on out laps or an invalidated lap from Vesa Rivera. Bray Train coming through these final couple turns. Turn 14. Down to the hard braking turn 15. Very flat circuit though, not a lot of undulation. Not too tricky on the brakes here. Just don't have a lot of braking into turns like Hungary, Spa, some of those circuits. As Bray Train does not improve, but it looks like he's going for another lap here. Vazdal on those medium tires still, down in P9, so if the drivers behind can go faster. Vesa Rivera goes into the pits. He must not have enough fuel in that car to go for 2 attempts. Dirty Orange and SJ the One. SJ the One is 2.6 seconds off his lap time, so he will not be improving. But Dirty Orange, saying purple sector 2, very good lap so far. It looked like very clean through that fast right-left chicane. As you come into this final sector, final couple of turns, slowing down every time. Into the penultimate corner. Looks like it's going to be a good enough lap. LD is going to be worrying a lot here. He doesn't invalidate. He's going to come down to the line, and it should be fast enough to get him way in. And it is P4 for Dirty Orange, knocking out the McLaren of LD 46-14. Vadsdale goes slightly faster on those mediums, but he has just put more wear onto those medium tires as well. So it'll be interesting to see that for the race. Braytrain, currently Braytrain and SJ, the only drivers left running on track, but eliminated here in Q2, will not be advancing, but will have free choice of tire for the race. Ghost Rider, SJ the One, Veso Rivera, Blasphemy, and LD, all eliminated. Braytrain just sneaking in there. Well, not really. Up 0.6 of a gap to the McLaren. But he put the lap together when he needed
With
to.
The Red Bull guy's tires is going to be dead in
Absolutely.
the race.
Not too much of a scare fest here at the end. Looks like Dirty Orange was the only guy that kind of got in pretty easily there. Like you said, 6/10 separating P10 from P11, so quite a big difference. Usually you don't see that too much in the qualifying, but I'd be curious to see how Q3 is. If it's, I'm sure everybody will probably be running on the soft tires as their race tires have been set, so now they can just go full board into their qualifying. So see, basically battle the big boys, so you can get the fastest, who could come out clutch. What it means, because this is where your starting position is. You could qualify P1 and Q1 and Q2, but if you don't have a good time here, you could be starting P10. So this is where it really counts right here. But as I see here, based on the standings, looks like we have 3 cars on the medium: Fastel, Liam, and Vicky. So that looks like they'll have a little bit of advantage going in. And they could get up front, top 3, even better for them. So interesting for Q3. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll be very fun to watch them here as they come through. Everybody getting a new set of softs that made it into Q3 will have a new set of softs, so everybody will have at least one attempt, even if they used all their softs ready. They will have one attempt to go for a flying lap on a brand new set of tires. But both the Mercedes making it, both the Red Bulls making it, looking like real F1 here.
Not unrealistic cars, are we?
No, everybody's equal cars here, so no advantage for the Mercedes, even though it might look like it right now.
Alpha Tauri P18.
But only 12 minutes in Q3, so
P17.
obviously you want to try to get out there quick, especially if you have a couple sets of tires. You can only probably do maximum of 2 full runs unless you're going to be cutting your one run short. So try to get out there early, try to get a lap in, because you only have so many times. You don't want to be. Might want to save a set of tires or not. Obviously, it depends. Some people like to save sets, or you can use all those sets up. Try to get, like I said, you're going to be your starting position. So if that extra set can help get you up a couple spots, I'd definitely take it. But we'll see. It's like, who's first on track? Liam, looks like he's first.
Liam, has been one of the faster drivers through Q1 and Q2. Let's see if he can not give into the pressure, set a fastest lap, and go even faster here in Q3. This will set the top 10 order for the grid, assuming they don't have any penalties from collisions or anything. We didn't see anything. I believe there was only 2 drivers, and Veso Rivera was eliminated. So top 10 should be all for position here. Currently, all but 4 of the drivers, only 6 drivers out on track right now. You can potentially get 3 laps in here if you push hard, since the mechanics are very good at changing and refilling the car, changing the tires out. Can do it in about 15 seconds.
Quite impressive.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In today's F1 eventually.
Yeah, they need to hire some of these guys for the real world F1. But Liam, in the Renault, will ride on board here for his lap and give you a tour around the circuit. Coming down this front straightaway, 200 kilometers per hour, around 340 kilometers per hour. You're braking at that 50-meter board down to 4th gear. Then you want to hook that inside curb of turn 2, swing it around, open the DRS again. Coming down to turn 3 here, you're going to be braking at about the 75-meter board down into 3rd gear probably, trying to keep that speed up in the rotation, just clipping the inside curb. As you go through turn 5, turn 6 and 7 chicane coming up ahead at the end of Sector 1. It's a very good time for Sector 1 for Liam, And as we were talking before, this is the long turn 8, and then turn 9 and 10 is being reworked to open it up more to allow for this to be more of a straightaway and allow for more overtaking opportunities. Currently being constructed down in Australia at the Melbourne circuit. But long straight here, arcing straight, before you come into the fast right to left, turn 11 and 12. Just getting out on the outside curve, trying to get the power down as quickly as you can as you open the DRS. Through here into Sector 3 now, through turn 13, you're going very slow. Turn 14 is actually slightly faster, hooking that inside curve, holding it in 5th gear to keep that rotation on. Down into the penultimate corner of 15, 2nd gear, then getting wide, turning hard in as late as possible, a little bit of a later apex. Down, then run full speed down to the line, and Liam Yash shows us how to do it with a 120.4 for the Renault. A very good time there. We'll have to see if the other drivers can get close. Short Marcus with a 121.4. Oh, he loses it! Oh, he finished his lap and then crashed out. Oh, the racing point. Oh, that is very unfortunate. He got a time on the board, at least. Probably not ideal, though. Only setting 1 lap. We'll have to see where that puts him here. I wonder what was happening there, Revis. Did you see what happened?
I was on board, and he finished his lap, and he kept going. I'm not sure if he was just going for a second lap or not, but he definitely took the turns 1 and 2 quite quick and just got hooked up on the inside curb on the right-hander a little too much and just lost the car, and he was just a passenger at that point.
That is going to require a very quick turnaround for the Racing Point crew there. Definitely not what they want to be doing on their quick turnaround before the race here, trying to get that car fixed. Unfortunately, also, the last time we're going to be seeing the Racing Point is in this year's game, as they are going to the green Aston Martin with Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll next season. Who are you looking forward to seeing this upcoming F1 season, being it's only about a month away now, Revis?
That is true, now that you mention that. A lot of interesting teams. I'm curious. Honestly, I'm curious to see how Sebastian Vettel is going to be. Obviously, he had probably arguably his worst season he had last year. Some people saying it's the Ferrari. Some people saying he's getting too old. It's kind of like all the talk's going to be coming down to this year. He's on a new team. I would say so. He's more of the face of the team. So obviously, the car might be built for him. Maybe a little bit better car because Ferrari's kind of falling off. I'll be really curious to see where he got. Will he get kind of like that championship mentality back, or at least fighting for podiums, potentially wins? Obviously, Mercedes going to get a lot of those, but curious to see where he's at. I think it might be a little bit of both. He is getting a little bit up there in age, but obviously he had one of the worst cars. He's basically driving a tractor on them during last season. Even Charles Leclerc had quite a few poor races too. But like I said, new team, new branding. Racing Point was one of the surprises of last year. Very fast car, arguably the 3rd fastest car in the grid.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But he'd be the guy that I'd be looking out for. There's so many drivers. McLaren with their new engines. Alpine with Alonso coming back, another old face. Yeah, he does, but
Alpine.
Keep an eye on Vettel.
Oh, Bray Train almost overtakes the car there, coming through the second last turn. Gets a very good exit, though, on that final turn, but it's going to be not a very quick time here. Where's it going to put him? It's only P8, a 122.9. He's definitely going to want to improve on that time. He should have enough time to get into the pits and get back around. But yeah, it will be interesting to see in F1 coming up this season. If anybody can challenge the Mercedes drivers, challenge Lewis.
That's what we all hope for.
Basically, still just
to Lewis fans.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Maybe with the car change, maybe we'll see a surprise, but more so the next year when they get the new regulations, we'll see some changes. But it should still be a fun race. Like most people, it's just fun to watch F1. The speed they go, whether it's battle for first or battle for sixth, it's all fun. It's just good to see that competitive between everybody. Obviously, everybody wants to see the battles for the lead, like in the old days, but the development reductions and all that, cost caps should bring Mercedes down a bit, especially once they get those new cars. They won't be able to dump billions of dollars into getting their car developed. I mean, part of it's Ferrari's fault as well from the 2019 season, cheating on their
yeah,
engine, causing Mercedes to be like upgrade their engine like crazy. Turns out Ferrari was cheating a bit, but maybe they'll figure something out. Maybe they'll come into agreement with the F1. They'll let Ferrari use their old engine again. It'd be nice. See that speed of the Ferrari. It's always good. Oh, jeez. Bray Train, 3-lap-old soft right now. Finishes his lap. He's in P9 right now. Currently nobody out on a hot lap right now, unless Bray Train is. I don't believe he's on a hot lap, though. Vicky is on an invalidated lap, so we'll just stay on board with Bray Train for the time being. As nobody currently on circuit. Short Mark is still in P4, but everybody will.
Oh, yeah, that he's...
Yes, he did crash out earlier. But 3.5 minutes left here in Q3. Currently pole position being held by Liam Yeah as the Mercedes driver straight through the grass, trying to get back to the pits as quickly as possible. Mercedes will do just about anything to try to make up time, hoping the stewards don't see that lap and maybe giving him credit for it.
Don't worry, Vicky. We saw that cut too, so it's not just the stewards. But as we were talking, he did set the second fastest lap of qualifying.
Oh yeah, definitely. Very good.
But Liam's opening lap, he set the first lap, and man, did he set the bar high. He's about 7/10 ahead of P2, so don't want announcers jinxing anything, but I think he might have this one wrapped up.
And would you guess it? Would you guess it? The Red Bulls are 7th and 8th, separated by less than 0.3 of a second once again. Somebody's got to split them up. Somebody's got to get them apart from one another.
They must be driving with a string attached to each other. That's how they must be staying so close.
The front driver's just pulling the back rear driver behind. Oh, man. So we've seen a couple of the car reveals as well where I'm waiting for people to do their out laps. McLaren, basically the car, looks the exact same as it did last year.
I was looking. I couldn't see too much difference.
Yeah, just with the updated regulations causing the reduced floorboards, causing it to look more of a V pattern than that traditional rectangle pattern you see here. More of a trapezoidal shape, I guess I'd say. And then the AlphaTauri looking pretty similar, but it's got that nice white bottom with the red Honda logo. I think it looks really good. It kind of stands out. That's what you kind of note Honda for, is that red Honda logo. Whether they're racing in GT, bikes, anything you see, that red Honda logo is definitely something that stands out. Unfortunate that this will be their last year as an engine supplier for the Red Bull. But Red Bull will be taking over the engine program. So we'll have to see. That'll be very interesting to see what they can do in the future.
Absolutely. I think Honda's kind of a little bit of a dark horse. I mean, they had their little stint with McLaren where they obviously didn't do too great and kind of got a bad rap. But they came back with Red Bull, I believe, in 2019, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think they've been getting better. I mean, last year they won 2 Grand Prix. They won at Silverstone. They won Abu Dhabi in a dominating fashion at Verstappen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Obviously, it seemed like they're making strides, so we'll see if Red Bull can keep improving that engine. I mean, only them and AlphaTauri are really the only ones using it, so they can really take advantage of it. So.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. As we watch on board here, is a couple of these drivers coming around to finish their flying laps. First up, the Ferrari of Just Jordan. Let's see where his time's going to put him. He's currently P6 with a 1:21.6. Unable to go faster. Almost an identical time, 1 millisecond off his previous time.
That's what you
and
call
here come the Red Bulls across. One of the Mercedes using the Red Bull as slipstream, very closely behind him. Simo goes 4th place with a 1:21.3. Let's see. I would assume Jay Coldy's going to match this. No, Jay Coldy is on an invalidated lap. He's going to have to go for another lap here. 4. Will he get there in time? 3, 2, 1. He does get across. He got across. Wow. He's going to have one final attempt here, so he will be the last driver getting across the line here. We'll hop on board with a driver that is farther up right now. Liam, 3/10 up on his fastest lap right now. He's on pace to potentially go into the 119s here, even further securing this lead he has on the Mercedes with Vicky and Jay Kelly. Jay Kelly actually is already set. He does not have enough time to improve. in the pits. But Liam, yeah, coming around the final turn here. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good lap here from him. The Ferrari may have gone in the way of a Red Bull, but Liam, yeah, a 120.3. Not a very good final sector, losing a bit of time, but still able to go faster by about a tenth there. Vicky, 0.3 up on his fastest lap. He's going to have to go a little bit faster if he's going to catch Liam, but definitely going to try to improve as much as possible here, as there are a couple drivers still on track behind him on hot laps. Vazdil coming across the line now. Let's see where he goes to. P2 for Vazdil.
Oh, good.
And the other Mercedes is about to cross the line. Can he beat his teammate? Yes, he can. A 120.6. Mercedes in 2 and 3.
Jay Coley invalidated his lap, so he's not going to be able to do that lap. So Red Bull will not be starting by each other as much as we hope for this race.
But hey, let's congratulate the Renault of Liam Yah securing pole position for the inaugural Tier 2 race.
Lap. MOG happy
Over
tears.
3/10 as well. Very good lap.
Yep.
Obviously,
Mercedes.
very good opening lap, and even still managed to improve on that by another 10.
Yep. Didn't need it in the end, but you never know what can happen. Definitely want to get out there and set a fast lap whenever you can. Mercedes of Vicky and Vazdil starting in P2 and P3. The Haas of Jay Kelly in P4, as Rui was talking about his pace he had in Monaco not long ago in a different league. Bringing it over to here, getting the P4. Red Bull of Simo in P5. Short Marcus P6. Jordan in the Ferrari P7. The other Red Bull, Coldy, in 8th. AlphaTauri of Doherty Orange with 9th. And the other Haas driver in P10. Both Haas's making it into Q3. But Liam Yah secures pole position. Very good drive from the Renault. We'll be excited to see what can happen here in the race. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into race day here for ARG Tier 2 at the Australian Grand Prix, the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit. We're going to have a 29-lap, 50% race here today after full qualifying was done yesterday. 153 kilometers of racing around this circuit. 16 turns, 10 to the right, 6 to the left. And I'll be bringing broadcast here by Revis Island. Welcome in, Revis.
Howdy, how's it going today?
Going. Looks like a beautiful sunny day here in Melbourne. Perfect conditions for racing.
Absolutely. Nice to see, always nice to see a dry track. Looks like they have put me in a car. I don't know if the stewards were looking for a extra driver, but we're gonna have to park this car when we get a chance. I'll have to get back to you to get a chance. This should give me some good practice.
Revis, give us a little wave. And there's our commentator, our on-track commentator, Revis Island. We'll be following the field through the first lap, letting us know of any incidents that occur. What the f is going on?
I definitely didn't pick a car.
The racing. But Liam, yeah, we'll just hop on board. We'll go through the field here real quick. Nothing's showing up for me right now. I can't see tires or anything. We'll see if we can pop them on. There we go. We got the tires. No intervals. All right. So the Three drivers that made it into Q3 on the medium tires are starting P1, P2, and P3.
LOL. Cause he joined late, he can choose. Haha, wow, this game is
Keep a close
broken.
eye on everyone who looks like no one's.
It appears, other than the top three, all the top three starting on the medium tires, the remainder of the drivers all starting on the softs except for P13, SJ the one starting on the medium tires in the Renault. We'll have to see what he can do from there. Definitely out of position. Could be a asset or a detriment to the Renault driver there. I would be definitely trying to go on an alternate strategy from everybody else. Nobody's starting on the hard tires though. Not even.
Surprisingly, nobody went for an alternate strategy after P10s, because you have a free choice of tire, but everyone looks like they want to go with the soft tire. Maybe trying to get track position off the start, get a couple positions, get better start obviously with the softer compound.
Ooh, and there's a collision back in the field. Brady Train and LD both DSQ'd from the session. They are DSQ'd from the session. That just means they are DSQ'd on the formation lap. They will be put on the grid on cold tires now. So we'll have to see if that affects their getaway. Blasphemy will be the driver right behind them, trying to take advantage of them. We'll have to see into turn one. It could cause some havoc. Hopefully Reeves doesn't cause any collisions out there.
We'll try our best.
But the driver's starting to reform all on the grid. Liam Yat takes his position as we wait for Revis Island, our on-track commentator. Seabass, though, the actual last driver on the grid, waiting for them to reform here so we can get a start. As Revis Island takes his spot. Liam, in P1. Here we go, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Go! Liam gets a very good getaway. The driver is looking very good. Oh, one of the AlphaTauris out on the grass. Doesn't break his wing like Ricardo. And they're 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, man, that was very tight. Seeming like they all got through pretty clean there. Don't see anybody spun out. Oh, one of the Williams,
like
Blasphemy, has spun out. Oh, my goodness, and there's a massive pile. 4 wide into the... Oh, and there's lots of drivers all over the track. It's a virtual safety car. Holy cow, very, very hectic back here. 3 wide.
Wow.
A lot of collision penalties.
Just as
They're still
exciting on
side by
board
side.
the car.
Oh my goodness. Trying to figure out where the majority of the action is right now. Let's see if we can...
They're all straightening themselves out now with this virtual safety car, but definitely...
And we talked about
Drivers
LD being
very aggressive.
We talked about LD being on those cold tires, but he is up 7 positions to P4 off the start. A very, very good start. Liam all the way down into 7th after getting squeezed out onto the grass through into turn 1 with the 3 wide of Jay Kelly and Vicky gaining the positions. But biggest leaders right now, Liam and GFO Vazdo. Both of them down 6 and 5 positions respectively in the 7th and 8th positions. And LD up 7 positions. GR Gaz and Venex Eds both up 6 positions as we go green flag racing here once again. LD trying to come in here behind the Red Bull. A lot of close, and oh, Liam's gonna go down the inside of the Red Bull almost immediately on the restart. He is very upset right now. He's gonna try to get back at these people, but he's on the medium
looks like
tires.
their car off. Looks like possibly a Haas.
Oh, and yes, that's Bray Train is off. He's going into the pits along with Revis Island to retire the car after our lap 1 review on board. But the Red Bulls side by side here as they're trying to get away from Liam Liam Yao showing a lot of pace right now, going wide though onto the grass, just trying to stay behind them. The Ferrari coming back out him on those soft tires. These soft tires are going to provide a lot of pace to the drivers around Liam right now as we wait for him to try to hopefully catch back up. And GFO Vazel has pit top 3 starter, P3 starter, into the pits with penalties as well. We'll get a look at those penalties once we get a clearance in some of this action, but very tight racing so far throughout the field. Another yellow flag in Sector 1. One of the drivers probably, I believe, spinning out of the pits. Oh no, that's Revis Island's car coming out of the pits for some reason.
Even though I retired it. But
Gaz.
Vaso did look like he had a
2/10.
speeding up pit lane 5 seconds. So.
Oh, and the AlphaTauri's going to go deep. Will he keep it on the track? No, he won't. He goes well wide in the gravel, coming back onto the track. Can the other drivers avoid him? They do pretty much, it looks like, for the most of it. But the AlphaTauris are in 11th and 12th. Oh, and he gets rammed in the ball. That's a massive wreck. The AlphaTauris get together.
Wow.
The Alfa Romeos get together. The battle of the Alphas. A little bit of a rear end there, causing the
It's
spin.
like blasphemy, splitting the two. Getting past both of them, taking advantage and getting 2 places in one, just like that. I believe he started in a P19 and he's now up to P11 now. Good run from this.
Like we said before, the Red Bulls are backed close together, in P4 and P5. But Simo is pressuring LD right now in the McLaren. Both drivers on the soft tires. We'll hop on board, see if he can get a move done. They should have DRS will be active now that we are on lap 3, so he will have DRS out of turn 12 if he can stay within this 1 second gap. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there, putting the power down too early, and it's outside of the 1 second gap now. It doesn't appear that I must have jinxed him. He's using a lot of overtake, though, to try to get back at him. And he's able to pretty well there. He's going to have the DRS, trying to draw him back in. As Venix going down the inside of his teammate, or no, the Alfa Romeo, with wing damage, gets the move done on Vesto Rivera.
We have a caution back in Sector 2.
Looks like one of the Renaults going slowly back there. But it looks like everybody's going again. Oh, and the Williams coming up in the back, and he hits the back of Ghost Rider in the Alpha. Oh, the Williams hit the back. Oh, there's a lot of incidents.
Right on the leader. Oh, a little loose coming out of turns 1 and 2.
He's got the DR. He's going to have the DRS, though. So he will be able to hang on the back, save his ERS. As Vicky trying to pull away, unable to right now, though. But Vicky is on the medium tires. Jay Kelly's on the soft tires. So if Jay Kelly wants to have a chance at winning this race, he's going to have to get a move done very shortly.
For 3rd and 4th.
And the Red Bull gets the move done. What a move by Simo. We hopped on board very late there. Just saw him getting past LD. But Jay Simo is now 4 seconds behind the leader. He's going to try to start chasing them down. We hop back on board. Jay Kelly is going to be coming up to another DRS zone. Not one of the better overtaking opportunities. You want to try to use that double DRS down the front straight as your primary mode of overtaking, as it is a single detection point for the both of the DRS zones down the front straight. Jay Kelly holding station for now, 5/10 behind. As Coldy is now closing in on. Oh, and no, Coldy loses it. Oh, the Red Bull crashed out. He's broken his tire off. Jay Coldy out, and that's a full course safety car. A full course safety car. We'll have to see who decides to pit here. The soft tire runners may be pitting. Oh, and Vicky pits off the medium tires. We'll have to see these drivers if they're going onto the hard tires. The Red Bull of Simo staying out. The McLaren LD staying out. Gaz staying out. Short Marcus into the pits.
Like Vicky's going on the hards. Both Jay Kelly, Vicky, hards. A lot of people look like they just want to go on the hards and probably try to take it the rest of the way. But interesting, a couple soft runners staying out there, being a little bit aggressive with their strategies.
Yeah, we said there is a big difference in the deltas between the hard and the medium tires here. So some of these hard runners are going to be farther back in the field. Cold tires, very hard to get them warmed up. And we'll just probably make it to the end, especially if we don't have another safety car here. So those front runners, if they can go soft to medium, can make up a lot of ground. It'll be fun to see their pace towards the end of the race here as well.
Absolutely.
But our biggest mover of the day right now, GR Gaz. I don't know how exactly you want me to say your names, guys. So if you want me to say it a certain way, let me know in the future. But GR Gaz and LD in the McLarens, P2 and P3, gaining 9 and 12 positions respectively. Very good from the McLarens. Seabass up 13 positions, as Rivas said, into 6th position. So we'll take a look, see what everybody's tires are here. We currently have Vicky and Jay Kelly both pitting onto new hard tires in 4th and 5th. Short Marcus onto new soft tires. So he pit off the softs onto a new set of softs there. So very interesting to him. He's definitely going for that soft to medium strategy, playing it a little bit safer. Not wanting to risk not making one of those sets of tires. and Ghost Rider is on new medium tires down at P18. Other than that, it appears none of the other drivers are on new tires or on one lap old tires. Oh, very tight there.
Do I put 0 points for Revis
And who would have thought
Island
after
in
only
the
5 laps of the race,
stats
3 top runners easily in qualifying. Other than Vicky in 4th, we have Liam down in 10th, and other Mercedes Vazdel is in 11th place, so a lot of shakeup here. Plus the safety car to add a little bit more spice to this with the change up in strategies.
Oh yeah, opens the door for a lot of opportunities. Currently penalty situation. SJ the one with a 5-second penalty. Blasphemy just getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Vazdel, one of the top 3, has a 5-second penalty. ASAD16, 5-second penalty. And Bray Train with a 5-second penalty. So all penalties that can be served under their next stops. Nobody with a corner cutting or penalty yet. No 3-second penalties. But the field definitely shaken up quite a bit from the start of this race. One of the Red Bulls already out, and Revis Island retired from this race.
Fortunately, my commentating duties were calling, so as much as my heart wanted to race this race, I had to come back up and then booth and help you out a bit.
Looks like everybody's wings pretty good right now. But yeah, we'll see a Liam down in 9th and Vazdel in 10th. Very exciting to see what they can do from back there in the field. We'll have to see if SJ is going to let his teammate Liam pass as well and try to hold up Vazdel to keep him from hanging on the back of him as they try to push up through the field. Will be interesting to see if the teammates are in communication. But the Renaults in 8th and 9th back-to-back, the Ferraris 11th and 12th back-to-back, and the Alfa Romeos in 14th and 15th back-to-back. If Simo can crash out here, then we could have the Red Bulls back-to-back in 18th and 19th. The McLarens as well in 2nd and 3rd back-to-back, so teams definitely keeping the same strategy for their drivers, it seems, or similar setups. As we get race control, safety car is in this lap. The Red Bull of Simo will lead away from the field here. Who's your driver to watch right now, Revis? Who's your performer of the day through the first first 3 laps?
A lot to take in here, but I'd be curious to see how. I want to say about the 3 front runners again. Vicky, even Jay Kelly too. He's on the hards. He looked like he has very good pace. He's keep up with Vicky, Vazdel, and Liam. Yeah, be curious to see how they work through the traffic, especially possibly a little bit slower cars coming through. Obviously, don't want to get any wing damage, but you also don't want to get stuck behind traffic. We'll see how they work through coming out of this safety car restart.
Yep, Jay Simo leading away from the field. He's going to take off through that final corner. LD gets a very good run, though, to hang on to the back of him here. Definitely some collisions in the background under the safety cars. They all bunch up, and if somebody's spun out, it's Besso Rivera, I think, has spun out. He's recovering now. Very good getaway from everybody. Jay Kelly all over the back of Vicky. He might go for an overtake here. He's got the overtake enabled. He's going to go down the inside of the Mercedes. Will there be room? He's going to try to hang it back down the inside here, and he's going to play it safe back out and not risk getting spun out there. He's under a lot of pressure. The Haas driver playing it safe, but showing Vicky he does have the pace, trying to put that pressure on the Mercedes driver. Liam, has gotten past SJ the one as well, up into 8th position right now. He's trying to chase down Short Marcus.
A lot of action going on, but looks like most people got through pretty clean. I believe there's one car. Oh, looks like we have a crash. I believe it was
Sector 1, Besso Rivera. Those tires, after spinning out, they overheat. It's very hard to get them cooled back down to temperature. But Short Marcus pushing on the back of Seabass as Liam is closing in on the back of Short Marcus. Those medium tires, he's going to try to go down the inside. Defensive driving from the racing point. He's going to go down the middle of them. Oh, and he's run wide. I can't tell what happened there. Whose fault that was. Liam Yadlow being very aggressive, trying to get a move done very early.
I did see wing damage fly off, but I'm not sure if that was Liam's car or not, so I think he might still be good.
Liam looks very good. It looked like an end plate flew off. I don't see an end plate. He may have a little bit of damage, but looks pretty clean overall right now. Dirty Orange going down the inside of SJ right now. SJ is going to try to use Slipstream to get back at him, but there is not going to be any DRS available as we see Seabass running wide. Dirty Orange just avoids it. He's out on the grass, and that's going to let SJ come back at him. SJ may get 2 positions here thanks to Seabass. Will he go to outbreak him? No, he won't. SJ the one holding his position. Yellow flag in Sector 3. Not quite sure what that is right now, but Venix closing on the back of Vazdel here. Vazdel on those hard tires. Another one of the Mercedes. Both Mercedes trying to go to the end on these hard tires.
Mate, you missed a great race at Monaco on Thursday.
Wow, a lot of action after the safety car. I guess I was lying when I said there wasn't too much action.
Oh yeah, definitely very good. Oh, and Vicky gets the first time penalty, a 3-second time penalty for Vicky, the first corner cutting penalty that I've seen. But Venix all over the back of Vazdel right now on those soft tires. He's got a lot more pace in them, a lot of life still left in them. Probably 2 or 3 more laps at least. Oh, and he goes wide! He tries to... He barely had his wing in front there. Probably needs to back out of that move. Especially since they're not in the same race with Venix having to pit again. The Williams, though, of Seabass coming in behind. You can see that missing wing plate from Seabass from that collision earlier. Oh, and Venix almost bends it. Putting the power down a bit too early. Starting to feel the pressure. But able to save it. Keep ninth position for the time being. Oh, and Seabass is into the pits to try to fix that wing damage while he can. We hop on board back up here with Vicky. In 4th position, the McLaren still holding station, 2nd and 3rd. Simo up to a 2-second gap in the lead right now, trying to carry the load here for Red Bull after Coldy had crashed out of the race. SJ the one showing position drop, but I think that's just a glitch on the game right now. Liam, yes, still stuck behind Short Marcus, but he has closed back up to the back of the racing point. Little bit of a line starting to form here behind GR Gaz. All the drivers behind within like 0.6 of one another. So we'll have to see. Vicky's going to start being put under a lot of pressure here from the drivers behind. Gets a very good run, but Graz has the DRS. It's not going to be enough, I don't think, because Vicky goes down the inside. And he's, Gaz is going to hold it around the outside. What a wow, way to hold the position by Gaz. Very good driving there from Vicky, not running him off the circuit as well. Very clean driving from the both of them. All the drivers, though, Linus Stern still stuck behind Gaz. He will not have DRS anymore from his teammate. So this will be the ideal opportunity for Vicky to try to get his overtake done. Still going to have the DRS available here as the detection point coming out of the final turn. But he is on those hard tires, so it's very hard to get the traction out right now.
Liam, yeah. Might make a move on Jay Kelly here down the inside.
Oh, he goes down the inside and hits
no!
Oh, and Liam Yetch. And that's a reset to track by Vicky as well. Definitely not legal, I don't think. But Short Marcus is able to hold P5 for the time being. Liam, yeah, has the pace. He's just being very aggressive with the overtaking right now. Probably want to try to drive a little bit safer. Short Marcus gets past Jay Kelly. I don't know if Jay Kelly has wing damage or just a poor exit there. But Short Marcus is on those new soft tires, so he should have pace to pull Jay Kelly. If Jay Kelly can hang on to the back of him, get pulled along, that would be ideal for Jay Kelly's strategy, as all the people that he was racing. Currently, Simo and Jay Kelly, I would say, are probably battling for net P1 at the moment. As Venix, they're 3 wide, 2 wide, into the final turn.
Two drivers get around Liam, yeah.
Liam, yeah, probably with some wing damage. We'll try to hop on board and see. It's very hard to look.
He does have wing damage.
Front left wing damage. We'll see if he's pitting. I would assume he is. Probably, I would say, onto the medium tires, because you have to be a little bit risky at this point if he's going to be able to overtake people and come back at him.
Keep an eye on him. Looks like Vazdel defending well against Venix, but Venix has that DRS coming out, and he's got a run on him coming into turn 3.
And Vazdel just takes the middle of the racing line, a little bit of a defensive line, but leaving space, leaving a car's width on both sides. Clean driving from the both of them there. Vazdel, though, all over, not Vazdel, Venix all over the back of Vazdel. The AlphaTauri trying to put some pressure on this Mercedes, forcing him into a mistake. As Marcus closing on the back of Gaz, Jay Kelly on the back of him as well. And Venix goes just a little bit wide. They're trying to push very hard the entire time, trying to force Vazdel into a mistake, but doesn't leave a lot of room for error for Venix then. Oh, and the leader with a 3-second time penalty now. Simo, 3-second time penalty. That's ideal for Jay Kelly. All of his competitors currently with time penalties. Liam Yao without one, but very far back in the field after an extra pit stop.
Wow, very close from Jay Kelly. Looks like ARG has gone into the pits first and second right now on 11-lap old softs, so they'll probably be coming in pretty soon. So as long as Jay Kelly stays patient, doesn't get too out of sorts, he should be a net P1 right now, as you said. But
Venix tires.
He doesn't want to get held up too much because it looks like Vicky is catching back up even after the incident with Liam Yao.
Venix's tires probably starting to go off here as he's not able to get as good of a run out as Vazdal anymore into the front stretch and down the out of turn 2. Vazdal able to hold the position there. Venix tires also getting very old. Up 9 positions. He'll have to be pitting shortly as well. But Graz comes out in P11 right now. P11 almost in the points. Drivers ahead are probably going to have to pit, a lot of them. As Marcus all over the back of LD. Will he go for the move going into the fast turn 11? He will. Will LD give him the space? He does. Wow, very good racing there. Short Marcus gets the move done up into P2 on those soft tires. He will have to pit again. LD will need to pit. Jay Kelly is on the hards, and he's going to try to make a move on LD as well. Both drivers, plenty of space there. Very clean driving. He's going to have the inside line again here. And LD holds it around the outside. The faster line, a little bit grip left still in those soft tires. And McLaren is now going into the pits of LD. Opening up Jay Kelly to start doing some time trial running here. Vicky behind him. And looks like Graz is now coming at Bray Train on those new medium tires, going for the soft to medium strategy. Bray Train gets DRS though from the driver ahead, so it's going to help him to stay ahead
LD
this lap.
Out of the pits too.
Oh, LD might be holding him up. LD runs a little bit deep, trying to get out ahead of Bray Train, pushing very hard on those cold tires. Appears LD has gone onto the hard tires as well, so pitted 1 lap after his teammate and goes onto hards with his teammate on the mediums. So very interesting strategy there from McLaren. We'll have to see how it affects him. Bray Train under a lot of pressure right now from Gaz. Gaz is going to want to get past him as quickly as he can to try to start catching up to these drivers ahead, not losing him so much time, because the longer he's stuck behind Bray Train here, the more time he's losing to the leaders ahead.
Absolutely. Like you said, he definitely looks like it's an exit here. Bray Train is low on ERS.
Yeah, you can see that light flashing. That means he's 10% or less ERS right now. Really struggling to manage that. Graz seems to take it very easy through there, though, not trying to crash out. Definitely a safer approach.
Penalties and a big factor at the end of the race, especially the late safety car.
As Vicky is into the pits off the hard tires. And onto
like
a set of
mediums.
Change. Oh, yeah. Wing damage there for Vicky. He must have hit the back of Jay Kelly trying to overtake him. But he is now on medium tires. We'll see if he can get out of Greg's or not. I don't believe he will, as he is just getting through the pits now. But will he get out ahead of Liam? Liam coming down the front straight right now. Where is he going to end up? He is going to get past him.
Coming into turn 3. Might have a chance. He takes it. Very
good. Oh, and he's not going to risk it. He's very, very safe driving right now from GR Gaz. Wow. All over the back of Bray Train, though. He's losing probably at least a second a lap right now, I'd have to say, being stuck behind Bray Train. And he's also wearing down his tires driving this closely behind the Haas driver.
Not sure what happened at the front, but Jay Simo seemed to have lost that lead. It's evaporated. He's only 5/10 up on Short Marcus. Not sure if it's with the old tires 13 laps old or he had a mistake. Short Marcus is all over him, less than 3/10 now.
Yeah, definitely closing every single turn, it looks like, as well. On board with Short Marcus, Simo is into the pits here. Probably trying to push those soft tires 1 extra lap so you can make sure you're safe getting through on the mediums. I would assume he's pitting on the mediums. If he pits on the hards, definitely a Ferrari strategy there from the Red Bull driver.
Looks like he is going on the mediums.
Okay, very, very good from the Red Bull team. Very good start to this race for Simo. We'll have to see where he comes out. Because if he comes out ahead of LD and Graz, the only driver ahead of him that won't have to pit is Jay Kelly. I guess Vazdel as well. I think Vazdel is still out on the hards. So Vazdel and Jay Kelly, net P3 right now for Simo, though. And only 15 seconds behind the hard runners ahead on brand new mediums. With a lot of space, only one driver between him and Vazdel. So it's basically time trials right now for the Red Bull driver, assuming back markers do get out of the way here. Approaching the Ferrari ahead. Let's see if the Ferrari's going to get out of the way. Well enough. It is a computer there, I believe. Oh, it's Venix side by side with LD. He's going to go around the outside and get both drivers into the grass, almost spinning out. You saw Venix almost lose it. Oh my!
He's in every bit of the track right there.
Jeez, all the way up to the wall. Definitely not the ideal racing line, but Venix finds a way to get the move done. As Liam is catching traffic ahead, he's catching this battle between Greggs and Braytrain. Braytrain's going to have to try to make a move right here, right now, or Liam's going to get past him as well.
Oh my!
Braytrain runs wide. He's going to go defensive.
Oh my! Big wreck!
Big wreck! They hit. Wow! They hit tires. That's a full course safety car. Let's hope everybody's okay. Liam in another collision there. Unfortunately, though, he's broken wing. Still in the race. But Braytrain stuck between the middle of the two drivers. Very hard to see what happened there. But oh my goodness, that was a very hard collision. Hopefully everybody's okay. But this will be a perfect opportunity. I think Jay Kelly and Vazdel may be able to pit on mediums and stay ahead of Simo. Would you be pitting here if you were on the hard tires?
I definitely would. I don't think the hard tires are very strong in this track, and obviously they have quite a bit of a lead, and with drivers will be driving behind the Delta, it'd definitely be worth the risk, definitely going on to mediums and potentially maybe even softs.
Yeah, if you have a new set of softs, you may be able to get it. You'll probably have at least a couple cars, safety car laps here, because that was a massive incident out of that chicane. Mentioned before, we're probably going to see a couple incidents in that the fastest chicane on the circuit, and proves true here.
Absolutely. It appeared like they were going about 3 wide. It's hard to tell with the camera change, but definitely some contact was made, and one driver definitely did not see the better end of that.
And yep, Jay Kelly is into the pits. Vazdel into the pits as well behind.
I think if you're on the hards, I think you have to pit. They're just.
Let's see what they're going on to here.
Fast enough.
And Jay Kelly onto the mediums. These drivers might not have another soft. Vazdel serving his time penalty as well there, getting rid of his penalty. So a win-win for Vazdel. Keeps his position and serves a time penalty onto the mediums. Dirty Orange in 4th position. I didn't even see him all race, but he is going to be going onto the medium tires as well.
Looks like Short Marcus is going to jump up to 2nd. Chase Simo just getting
Foul! Blasphemy gets speeding into pit lane. That looked very fast on entry. I was thinking he was getting a penalty there, but unable to slow down that Williams.
It's like quite a few of those, I feel like. It is only 37 miles per hour, so it is slower than most of the tracks.
Oh, and Braytrain has left the session. Liam, currently the only driver on soft tires with a new wing in P12 after about 3 wing changes and 4 pit stops.
Some more wings.
Yep, three stops right now for Liam, but no penalties, and 10 seconds of penalties.
Wow.
For Seabass. I don't know what happened there.
Looked like he's just coming in the pits. I'm not sure what corner he did cut.
But currently penalty situation, Jay Kelly, 3 seconds of penalties. Short Marcus and Simo with 3 as well. Vazdel with no penalties. Oh, and there's a tire on the track. Did somebody crash out? We just saw Liam. There was a tire on the track. It looked like you ran over some wing damage and had a tire off somebody's car. Kimi Räikkönen must have left his tire out on the circuit once again. But Liam trying to catch up back up to the field here. But we were saying Vazdel, the highest driver with no penalties. GR Gaz with a 5-second penalty, either for a collision or a speeding, not quite sure.
Glitches.
Let's hope it wasn't a Haas pit stop again.
Vicky with the 3-second penalty. Venix 3 seconds. Dirty Orange with no penalties right now, up to P8. Pretty good from Dirty Orange so far. Blasphemy 8 seconds, and then Liam in 10th position with no penalties. We'll see where he can get back up to. on those, the only driver on those soft tires. I'm surprised more people aren't even trying it. I would definitely be risking it, especially if I'm down in 7th, 8th, 9th position. You have another lap under the safety car here, so maybe one of these drivers on the mediums will be pitting here onto the softs. Be very good to see one of these Ferraris towards the back try to pit here. But it appears everybody's staying out.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a little thing on Jay Sema. A little sad. I mean, he had a great stint. He had a good job staying out. Made the right choice, I think, on the first safety car. Had a good stint going, but unfortunately with the safety car, he ended up losing out as he pit before the safety car came out and got jumped by Jake Haley and Short Marcus. But we'll see if he can keep it up. I mean, he did show some good pace on his second stint, but we'll see where he goes. I'm curious to see Jake Kelly, guy I called out earlier in qualifying, definitely not letting me down. So let's hope he keep that up too. Short Marcus. Well, all the top 3 drivers did not qualify in the top 3. So,
and that time penalty
safety cars have changed it up for sure.
That time penalty for Vazdal proved costly, as it does get him out behind Simo. Simo is able to hold that position because of that. Otherwise, the Mercedes driver would have jumped him as well. So very lucky there for Simo. Not really lucky because he lost the position to Jay Kelly. But overall, very good, and hopefully he can capitalize and hold the position. But Vazdal behind is on 2-lap newer medium tires. Graz, though, the biggest mover of the day right now, up to P5 for the McLaren team. Very good performance from him. Venix up 9 positions as well. Liam, yeah, down 9, but should be gaining a lot of positions here as the only driver on the soft tires. I would imagine safety car is in this lap, but I have not seen anything yet.
We still have a Renault in the back. I'm not sure if they're waiting for him or not. I have not seen the signal yet. Not sure if they're still trying to clean up the mess. I did say there was still a tire on the track, so that could have been an issue.
The crash was so heavy that the the tire was on the opposite side of the track. Yeah, and the safety car is staying out for another lap. It's very interesting. I'm showing as the Renault is in the 3 laps down. I don't know if he's glitched or whatnot, but
I think he is 2 laps down. I'm not sure if he had a lot of pits and stuff. But
he's not showing up on my screen right now. He is in P17 and he just shows the pits. You see on your screen?
He's showing 2 laps down on my screen, but I wasn't paying too much attention on him there. But
if you go to him, is he driving on the track?
Yes.
Okay, he's not driving on the track for me.
Well,
I think that's got to be his tire on the track. So we may be stuck under safety car if SJ doesn't leave, and if we don't go safety car in this lap, that means Jay Kelly may get an easy win if we finish under the safety car here. May have been too bad of a wreck. They may have to stop the race.
I think this is the first time CPAS has pit. Actually, I lied. That's the other Williams. I don't want to call him out for something that he did not do for speeding in the pit lane. But he did go on the mediums again. I guess might not have any softs. Only with 10 laps left. But
yeah, still surprising. Like, this is playing out beautifully for Liam on those soft tires. Absolutely. I'm really surprised we haven't seen a couple more drivers try to pit onto those soft tires.
Oh, looks like we have a crash under the safety car. Looks like Vicky got into the wall. I'm not sure what happened. I was on board with Liam. It looks like he has major wing damage. He is definitely going to have to come in.
Safety car in this lap as well.
Oh my, it's terrible timing for Vicky. This could not have been worse for him right now.
Trying to get a look at his front wing. Camera crew does not want to give me the right view. Oh yes,
Heavy
major damage on the front left. Red wing damage. Didn't see what happened there. But Jay Kelly will lead away from the field here. Safety car coming in this lap. The Haas driver with a very good performance day on those medium tires. The entire top 8. Liam up to 9th position now. Getting a position under safety car due to a crash.
Oh my, and a 5-second penalty for
Venix
short
has left the session.
There was contact on the safety car with Jay Kelly and Short Marcus. Wow, look at that. Very
Holy
close, coming on
cow.
the top four right by each other.
Oh, and Vasdel's going to go for the move on. Can he get the move done? He's down the inside. He gets it done. Simo trying to battle back on Vasdel, but not able to get it done. Vasdel is a man on a mission, it looks like right now. Just through two turns. Takes the position, but Simo's trying to come back at him. Unable to get the position, but not spinning out. That's very easy to spin out there. Trying to dive at the inside. Yellow flag. It appears that... I don't know what happened, but yellow flag. Looks like everybody is still running at the moment.
A lot of action in the back here. Trying to see what's going on.
Oh, and they're four wide. Look at here. Just out of the way. Liam gets up to 7th position. The Ferrari's got an engine glitch right now. Can't ride on board with him, but Liam is up into 7th position. 4 seconds behind, going to be trying to catch Dirty Orange and Gaz ahead. Those soft tires, it'll be very fun to see if Liam can get back up through the field here and get up to the top of the grid.
Absolutely. Qualifying, he did show he had arguably the fastest pace, but we'll see if he could just keep it clean, make the moves when they can. Maybe he could get up there, maybe sneak at a podium. We'll see. Still 90 laps left. A lot of racing left.
Oh, as LD runs wide, trying to fight back at Blasphemy, gets him into the gravel. Currently still in P10. We'll see if he can hold that position on Vedix and Seabass behind. But the McLaren driver is struggling right now. Trying to maintain his position. Trying to get both McLaren some solid points here in the opening race of the season. That tire is still on the track. Driver's just driving through it at this point. The downforce on these cars able to go provide so much downforce the cars can go underneath a tire without it moving, apparently.
That is very impressive.
With no time penalties right now, is currently in P1 if they were to finish at this gap.
Looks like Jay Kelly is pulling away a little bit. He's almost about a 2-second gap right now. Marcus looks like pulling up Vaza a little bit. We'll see what happens when DRS comes on. But right now, Jay Kelly does have 8 seconds of time penalties. Him and Short Marcus. I'm not sure what the contact was, but there was penalty under 5 seconds under safety.
Liam gets a very good exit. He's going to try to come at Dirty Orange. Will he go for the move right here, right now? Yes, he will. Dirty Orange almost lets him by, it looks like there. Trying to make sure there's no sort of collision. Liam is up into 6th position. Gaz next up the road. The McLaren gonna try to defend, but it's gonna be very hard here. Liam on those newer soft tires. DRS now enabled. They won't have it down this front stretch as the detection point is before the start finish line. But he may not need it here.
For Liam, yeah, as well.
Without DRS, 122.9 as the only driver on the softs. Few drivers in the back now pitting on the softs, but we'll have to see if they can set a faster lap. Blasphemy getting a 3-second time penalty. And unable to get by yet is Liam, so he's going to be behind at least till turn 12, unless he can get some sort of crazy move done. Very hard to overtake anywhere but the DRS zones here.
Oh, a little out of sortion, but like you said, not too many places to pass, so he's just got to sit behind right now. That's a Rivera.
Hopefully learned his lesson and isn't trying to force. And it's a virtual safety car. Doesn't really affect a lot of leaders. If they would have pitted, they would have pitted under the safety car. So I can't see anybody pitting here other than some of the back markers. LD has pit up for the McLaren team as well. Didn't see that, but that's very unfortunate, dropping him down to 12th position. Vicky in 10th position, though, after that major wing damage under the safety car. We'll have to see if anybody gets a drive-through penalty here. Very easy to get. Especially if you are over that delta as the virtual safety car goes away.
Obviously, it looks like there is a...
Simo gets a drive-through! Oh, Simo, what are you doing? It was such a good performance all day, and it's completely unwound by a driver error that just shouldn't happen. Trying to catch back up to Vasdel. Pushing the delta hard and unable. Oh, the tire is now gone. I just have a rotor now in the middle of the track with no tire on it. So somebody has popped the tire. But Simo...
Looks like Liam did miss.
Simo...
He did get by GR Gaz. Might have been on the front stretch on that virtual safety car. So he's up in the 5th with no penalties on softs. So only 3 seconds behind back in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So
we'll have to see if is Simo going to try to force a move here, even though he has a drive-through. I hope he doesn't cause any sort of collisions here. Trying to push hard, knowing he still has to serve this drive-through penalty. Coming through the final turn, he's not as close to Vazdil as he once was. We'll have to see if he should serve it this lap, hopefully. You don't want to get screwed over with virtual safety cars and then not be able to serve it, trying to pit it on the last lap. But Dirty Orange is now caught up to the back of Gaz as well. Dirty Orange in the Alfa Romeo. Haven't seen him much today. Made it into Q3. But on a decent comeback drive on 5-lap newer medium tires with the DRS here on Gaz. Is he going to go for the move down this or after turn 2 into turn 3? It looks like he's going to go for the move right here, right now. Down the inside? No, he's going to... Gaz very good at holding that outside line and fighting back at the drivers. Holding his position right now with those 12-lap old medium tires. The last couple laps of this race are going to be very difficult on him. As Simo now gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Oh man, Simo's race just falling apart. His teammate crashed out. He held the roll for Red Bull very well. But the race just unraveling for him right now.
After he got on the grass.
See how much Simo tries to defend this. As Liam does not go for the move yet. Gonna probably try to wait for DRS here. But he has almost no overtake left. None of these drivers look like they do.
He doesn't want to take too many risks here. He knows he has the drive-through, but obviously doesn't want to lose too much time behind him.
Oh, and Vazdil gets past Marcus. What a move by Vazdil. Almost didn't even see it there. A very good run out of the chicane, getting him past the racing point. Short Marcus is going to try to hold position, but he does have those time penalties. Liam is currently ahead of him. Net those penalties.
J Simo coming in for his drive-through now.
And that will release Liam to try to chase down Short Marcus.
Absolutely. Like as I mentioned before, Short Marcus and Jay Kelly both have 8 seconds of time penalties, so Vazdil, of course, right now in net P1, he does not need to fight it even if he gets close to Jay Kelly. Same thing with Liam, he only has 3 seconds of time penalties, but obviously you don't want to stay stuck behind him too long, so if you can't get the move done, you definitely can. But we'll see.
Oh, full course safety car? Full course safety car. I didn't see the incident. It looks like, the McLaren, or not the McLaren, the Mercedes of Vicky crashed it out of that final turn, going down the front stretch, trying to get on the power a bit too early. Lost it.
Oh, Vazdil just got a drive-through penalty.
Oh, no, Vazdil. He might not have seen there was a safety car. This race may finish under safety car. Everybody has penalties right now. If they finish under safety car, Dirty Orange may be able to get the win if they finish close enough. How unbelievable would that be for the Alfa Romeo driver?
We haven't talked about him all day. He might end up getting at least a podium, maybe even a win.
Just Jordan in the Ferrari on a 3-stop in 7th as well. The second of the 3-stoppers. Maybe that's the ideal strategy. God, that engine glitch is so bad. But Short Marcus and Vazdil, if they don't go green, he may get DSQ'd. If they don't go green quick enough, he won't be able to serve that drive-through.
Even Vazdil, even if they do go green, everyone's going to be
field will be bunched up. Oh yeah.
Absolute worst time to get a drive-through penalty. I believe, thank goodness, Jay Simo did serve his drive-through when he did, because he would have been in the same situation.
And Jay Kelly is probably counting his lucky stars that Vazdil got that penalty, because that gives him a chance to get this race win now. Liam, as well, is going to be on those soft tires with a lap or two to try to overtake the field. May have another lap here under safety car. May only have 2 laps of green flag running, as there's still quite a few cars left to catch up to the field.
And I believe Liam is within the 5 seconds behind Jay Kelly, but we don't know if the safety cars will stay the whole time or if it doesn't. They'll be stuck behind 2 other cars. This could be a crazy ending. That's all I'm really
Actually,
saying.
Jay Kelly with 8 seconds of time penalties. Short Marcus with 8 seconds of time penalties. Vazda with a drive-through. Liam with 3. And GR Gads with 5 seconds of time penalties. So Dirty Orange has a very realistic opportunity at a podium here.
Absolutely. Like we said before, we haven't mentioned his name all day, and all of a sudden he's up in 6th. Sometimes it's good if you drive a clean race with no penalties, especially on tracks where there's a higher chance of corner cuts and track exceeds. You come into play like here, where very late safety car, as long as you stay close, you can make up 3, 4, 5 positions. Try not to hit anyone in the safety car. It's just
and Vazda gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Jay Kelly, and Graz gets a penalty. Oh my goodness, what is going on right now? 13 seconds of penalties for Jay Kelly, 8 seconds of penalties for Marcus. Some of these penalties may be removed from the stewards after the race. You still want to race as if drivers have no penalties. But the drive-through from Vazda is definitely going to put an end to his race. He'll be lucky to see some 2 to 4 points here today. Trying to battle back through all these drivers. LD back up in the 10th, getting some points from McLaren, but
wow,
not where he would have wanted to be. But yeah, 8 seconds for Marcus, 10 seconds for Graz, GR Gaz. Liam with 3 seconds currently is going to be net P1 without having to overtake. Hopefully we still see him trying to overtake the drivers ahead. It will be very fun to see him finish P1 on track. And Dirty Orange, if he can hang on to the back as well.
Absolutely. Very, very rough start for Liam during the race. We saw him have at least, I believe, 2 wing changes, but definitely got together on his, I believe, 3rd stint of tires with these softs. Definitely made up a lot of time. Didn't take too many penalties, kept it clean now, and looks like it should pay off for him at the end of the race. But obviously, a couple of things I've been saying have been cursing some of the drivers, so I might want to keep my mouth shut for these last 2 laps. 3 laps. Looks like we have a maximum of only 2 laps if the safety car does come in, so...
Yep, we should find out through turns 11 and 12 in that area. Hopefully hear something from the stewards here. Hear that the safety car is in this lap.
Safety car is in this lap.
Yep, we see it pop up on our timing screens. So we will have 2 laps, no DRS for any of the drivers. It will be pure overtake, and all the drivers will have overtake left as they have recharged their batteries under the safety car. So it might be pretty difficult to overtake unless you have that better exits, like the soft tires of Liam or the newer tires. So Blasphemy and LD on soft tires in 9th and 10th may be able to try to push past some of these drivers as well.
Absolutely. This race has been exciting so far. 2 laps left. I mean, a lot can happen from now until then. So, Jay Kelly does have a lot of penalties, but he is leading the pack coming down to the safety car restart. So he decides when they get to go. And looks like
he goes very early. He's going to get a very good run out of the turn. Now there are time penalties, but we're not going to count them for now. We're just going to base it on the on-track positioning. As it appears, Dirty Orange did not get a very good run. He's pretty far back from Liam and the rest of the remainder of the field. So hopefully he can close that gap up. Get as high up as he can with no penalties. Yellow flag in every sector right now is on my screen.
I
don't know how that's possible because we have no cars in sector 2 or 3. But very good getaway right now. Liam all over the back of the 2, Marcus and Vazdel. Marcus closing on the back of Vazdel as well. Vazdel does have that drive through. He's going to have to serve it this lap. Hopefully he doesn't get wing damage because they will probably, knowing this game...
still does have wing damage from the safety car incident, so he definitely has...
It might automatically make him pit, which would DSQ him from this
down
lap.
The inside of
gets the move done on Marcus. Dirty Orange closing in on the back of them as well. He's within that 3-second gap to Liam, so he's gonna, if he can get past Marcus very quickly here... I'm surprised there's no illegal overtakes. You're not going to be able to overtake because there's yellow flags around the track.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but...
Liam, if Liam doesn't, oh my goodness, Liam's going to have clear space. This could hand the race victory to Dirty Orange. He can stay within 8 seconds of Liam. Liam's not able to overtake. going to hand Dirty Orange the race victory.
Bazdell.
He's going to have to go for his drive-through.
It's all over the place.
Lagging a little bit. Bazdell into the pits, going to serve his drive-through. Yips. Now, you would assume the drivers just race here. If you get an illegal overtake, it'll probably get removed, knowing that there's a little bit of a glitch right now. So just race as hard as you can. Dirty Orange up to 4th position, still with no penalties. That is the key to his success right now. Trying to maintain that penalty-free streak as they're on the final lap here. Liam trying to get that gap. Currently 2 point. Oh my goodness, he is growing that gap quicker and quicker. 3 seconds behind Jay Kelly at the moment. Short Marcus in 3rd position right now. Dirty Orange losing a little bit of time. Probably getting a little bit close to Marcus. Still within that 3-second gap. Only 0.3 of a second to play with, though. Dirty Orange is going to have to push all out here. Use all of the overtake you have in that. Liam, though, on those newer softs, has the 3-second gap right now. It's going to be very tight coming to the line. We know Liam has an extra 5-second penalty. Just Jordan in the Ferrari closing on the back of Dirty Orange. He's going to have to be very careful here. Coming through the final turn, Jay Kelly is going to come across the line on those medium tires with the lead right now on track. Crossing the line in P1 is Jay Kelly under yellow flag conditions. But we have lots of penalties served. Liam, jumps up to P1 for the moment. And Dirty Orange!
Wow!
P6 with 2 laps to go. No penalties. Gets up into P1. Now, I don't know if these results are final, but I'm just going to go with what I see on, and the stewards can figure the rest out later. But at the moment, P1 for Dirty Orange out of nowhere for the Alfa Romeo driver. Liam, with an incredible comeback drive, 14 laps on the soft tires for the Renault driver. Gets to P2. Jay Kelly in P3 in the Haas. And the Ferrari of Just Jordan, didn't mention his name all day, gets to P4. Short Marcus P5. Blasphemy in the Williams in P6. The McLaren finishing line of Stearns P7, P8. And Simo in P9 for Red Bull with Venix P10. And neither Mercedes driver gets points. Starting the race 2nd and 3rd, and both Mercedes finish outside the top 10. An incredible race today, Revis. Who is your driver of the day?
I would have to say Dirty Orange. I agree with the game right here. I mean, obviously we didn't talk about him too much, but sometimes consistency is key. Clean racing. Not sure how much of the penalties will be removed, but he was definitely rewarded for having, I believe, the only driver to not have a single penalty the whole race, and paid off, finishing 4th on track, but with penalties from being added to, he gets 1st place. Fantastic drive from him. Also, shout out to Liam for very good recovery drive after a very rough start.
Yeah, very good overall from everybody. And your pick before the race, Jay Kelly, getting a podium as well at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, not letting me down with the call-out. Unfortunate with a couple of the safety car penalties. Not sure if they'll get removed or not, but he definitely had a great race. Definitely leading the field, especially that last safety car. I believe he was about 3 seconds up on everyone else.
Yeah, and
very exciting race. I was glad I was able to commentate with you here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Very fun one to watch. And we'll be racing again in Tier 1 in the feature race. The first race of that season as well will be in 9 hours' time at 8 a.m. AEDT. So get to sleep, all you Australians, and wake up and tune in for the next race. Thank you all, and have a wonderful day. See y'all.